This short video will demonstrate how to use the Find Orphaned Content Tool in DocumentX 2010 to reassign content that was previously associated with an item that's been removed or renamed in the item you're documenting. So a common example of how this can happen is if you have an assembly that contains a namespace or a class that is renamed in between documentation builds. So you have some content you've created against a class and it has been renamed, and from that point onwards DocumentX can't find that class and the content is considered orphaned. So what I've got here is a project open that contains 3 namespaces, but did originally contain another namespace that I've subsequently removed. So if I go into my content file, I can see my current content, my current namespaces, and what I need to do from here is on the Tools tab on the ribbon, if I select the Find Orphaned Content Tool, that will look through my content file to find any content that is now orphaned for which the item cannot be identified. So I've got a whole load of content here beginning at the missing namespace. So I've got 2 classes below that, a missing class, matching class. This is just a test assembly that I'm working with here. So one of these classes exists in another namespace, and one of them has actually been deleted entirely. So I'm going to show you how we can go about reassigning all of the orphaned content here. So I'm going to click on the namespace to begin with and click on the Move button on the toolbar, and I'm going to identify the new location of that namespace. So I'm imagining here I've renamed my missing namespace to my no content namespace here, and when I click OK, I'm giving a couple of options on this dialog for what I want to do with the content and the child items. So it can automatically update any links that were pointing to the old namespace and update them to the new one, and it can also move orphaned content for the child items. So any matching classes, methods, properties it finds below the namespace in the new namespace I'm targeting that content to, it will automatically move as well. So if we click OK and watch the list in the background here, we can see that it's parented the content for the missing namespace, but it's also found the matching class and all the child items below that, and it's automatically moved those too. The items it hasn't moved are those that no longer exist in my new target namespace, so I've deleted this class completely. So I can just go ahead and delete from the list here the orphaned content. That content's no longer required, so I can just remove it from the list here. So if I just switch back to my content file now, I can see that that namespace is now marked in bold, indicating it has content, and the content here is that content I've reparented from the Find Orphaned Content list. And the same goes for the class and for the child items below it. So that concludes this short overview of how you can use the Find Orphaned Content tool to reparent content that was previously associated with an item that's been renamed or deleted.